We are going to have a gentle practice today. So go ahead and join me. If you have a block, you can sit up onto or a cushion or a blanket. Go ahead and do that, or just sit comfortably, however is comfortable for you. Hands can be on the knees or hands in the lap, just wherever you're comfortable. And let's just come to shut down the eyes, letting the chin dip in towards the chest. Letting this closing down of the eyes be a ritual. Closing down of the eyes doesn't mean that we're not thinking. It just means that we are trying to turn inwards towards ourselves, flipping the gaze inwards as this coming home to ourself, coming home to this body, this breath, and this moment. And if you can, ask yourself this one question: is there any more of you that could be here now? We all have hundreds of other things we could be doing, places that we could be, but you've chosen to show up for yourself on your mats. That's really a great gift that you can give to yourself. And of course, a practice doesn't need to be an hour. It doesn't need to be a half hour. It can be a shorter practice where we just close down the eyes, getting away from screens, maybe even people, and just hanging out with ourselves. Ultimately, that is what our yoga practice wants for us. Yoga means union. In union with ourselves, it begins there. So fully knowing ourselves, knowing the landscape of our thoughts, knowing the feelings in our heart, our emotional bodies, learning what our energetic bodies mean for us and how they feel. And then just listening to the wisdom of the body. What is the body telling you today? Is the body telling you you want a gentler practice? Maybe that's why you picked this one. Just get some movement. Have some quiet time as well. Wherever you're at in your breath cycle, let's empty the lungs completely. Take an inhale. Open your mouth, long exhale, and move it through. On your next in-breath, maybe you would like to set an intention or a goal for your practice today. Open your mouth, exhale, move it through, knowing that you are fully capable of meeting any goal that you set for yourself today. See if you can relax that place even when your eyelids are meeting. We're going to practice a style of breathing called box breathing, where the inhales will equal the exhales, and we'll pause at the top and the bottom of each inhale and exhale, pausing as well. So exhale your lungs wherever you're at in your breath cycle. Take an inhale in through your nose for 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose for 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold at the bottom. 2, 3, 4. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold at the bottom for 2, 3, 4. One more round together. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold at the bottom. 2, 3, 4. Take a big inhale in through your nose, filling up. Open your mouth, move it through, exhale. Let your chin dip in towards chest. And then roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. And take some circles here with the head and neck. If it bothers you to go all the way back, just circle, take half circles from right to left. And then switch directions of your circle, left ear over to your left shoulder. And if you find any place that feels stuck, just go ahead and hang out there. Give it a little extra love. And then come to me with your chin down towards your chest. Interlace your 10 fingers at the base of your skull, pulling the elbows in. And if you haven't already, open your eyes. Just go ahead. You'll be looking down at your feet more than likely. Take an inhale as you peel your elbows to the back corners of your mat. Heart pulse through, chin lifts, eye gaze to the ceiling. And then exhale, you're going to round through the back body as you pull your elbows in, chin to chest, navel to spine. Take another big inhale, heart pulse through, elbows peel back. And then exhale, round through your back body, round, chin to chest. On this next one, we're going to inhale, peel the right elbow open, and then spin your heart to the right as well, gaze to the right. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift the left elbow up. Twist to your left, heart spins to the left. Exhale it down. One more each way. Inhale, peel that right arm open. And exhale, bring it in. Last one, inhale to the left. And exhale, bring it back in. We're just going to inhale both arms up, and I'm going to have you look up at your fingertips. Interlace the hands and press the palms away. Look at the back of your hands. Pull your pinky fingers to the wall behind you. Press your palms to the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, keeping the interlace of the hands round through your back body, press the wall in front of you, chin to chest. Pull your heart through your scapula on the back body. Take another big inhale. Heart opens up. Pinky fingers to the wall behind you. Look up at the back of your hands. Press your palms away. And then exhale, round through your back body, chin to chest, navel to spine. Really rocking the tailbone forward. Last one here, rock your tailbone back. Open up your heart. Opening up through the shoulders as well. And then as you exhale, full range of motion, bring those hands behind you. Go ahead and interlace the fingers. We're going to bring the chest forward as we thread our heart through the shoulders. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, can you forward fold? Take your time. Let your arms come over a little bit. Getting into the low back. And then take your time. Come on up. Release the hands. Right arm off to the right. Left arm lifts up and over. Roll your left shoulder back. Inhale it back through center. Other way. Right arm off to the right. Feel a good stretch down the right side of the body. Inhale back through center. We're going to bring the hands in front. Bring your fingertips to the edges of your mat. Bring your shoulders over your wrist. And then I'm just going to have you sway side to side, right and left, right and left. Breathe. Can you bring your fingers towards your legs? So this may be a lot of a stretch for you. If it's too much, just back off of it. We're just going to see if we can lift the palms up and lean forward. So warming up your wrist, elbows, forearms, hands. And then can you bring the back of the hands to the mat? Fingers facing each other, all 10 fingernails on the mat. And then we're going to puff up, make tight fists, puffing up through the arms like Popeye. And then release all 10 fingernails back to your mat. Make another tight fist. And release. Last one, nice big tight fist. And release. Come on up, interlace the 10 fingers, and then just roll out the wrist. Rolling in one direction, and then rolling in the other direction. And then just flick them out like you're flicking some water here. All right, shake them out. Let's just remove your prop, your block, whatever you have. We'll come onto our hands and knees, facing the top of your mat. into a nice tabletop position. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and just rock it back and forth here. And then let's just walk the hands out a little further and then take some big hip circles. So going to one side or the other, making sure that you breathe with your movement. And then go the other way. Whichever way you were going, swap it out. Knee back into your neutral tabletop position, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to walk the hands out. If you want to curl up the end of your mat, you can, pulling the heart down into this nice puppy pose. So ideally, the heart melts down first. Heart melting puppy pose. Your knees are under your hips. Pull your heart down. Look at your thumbs. Maybe your chin and heart are on the mat. Meet the bottom of your exhale as you walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Come onto the fingertips and then round to the back body. Go ahead and walk the hands out. If you want to hold onto the edge of the mat like I'm doing, exhale as you lower. Again, meet the bottom of that exhale as you inhale, come up. Come onto the fingertips and exhale, round through your back body for a nice cat. Inhale, plant the palms, walk the hands out. Exhale, pull your heart down to the back. Pull your heart down, look at your thumbs. Meet the bottom of your exhale. Take it, inhale, come up to the hands. Come onto the fingertips as you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Press the back of the heart through the scapula. And then release your palms back down to the mat. Tuck onto your toes. We're just going to lift the knees up an inch off the mat and hold here for a moment. Maybe rock it back and forth here. Taking your time. Hold here for a moment. Come onto your right fingertips, left fingertips, right palm, left palm. Left fingertips, right fingertips, left palm, right palm. One more each way. Right fingertips, left fingertips, right palm, left palm. If you need to drop your knees, left fingertips, right fingertips, left palm, right palm. Hold here for a moment. Can you look at the top of your mat? And release it down. All right. We're gonna take the right leg out, stretch it out, lift your heart, lift your leg, nice little back bend. As you exhale, bring your right knee into your right armpit, and we're just going to step it all the way through to the outside of your right hand. Bring your hips down and forward. Hook onto your opposite thumbs. We're going to take a big inhale, stretch up. And then as you exhale, cactus out the arms, pulling your elbows down to your hips. Bring your right elbow to your right hip, and then stretch your left arm up and over as you move to your right. Breathe. Lean to your right, that's the word I'm looking for. Re-cactus out this left arm. Breathe, take an inhale. We're gonna interlace all 10 fingers, release index fingers across them. Take a nice back bend, hips down and forward. And release. Tuck onto your back left toes. And we're just gonna straighten the left leg. And then peel back into this wide pyramid pose. If you wanna lift the right toes, you can. Bring your right hip up and back, left hip down and forward. Take an inhale. And an exhale. Drop your right toes. And then just step your left foot up next to the right foot at the top of your mat. Clasp opposite elbows, just swaying it out here. And breathe. Notice how you feel. And come to stop moving. Let's just hold still in the middle. Let's take an inhale in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, move it through. Find a little bounce here, a little bounce. And then just release your hands down to the floor, slowly rolling up through the back body, one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, both arms up. As you exhale, cactus out the arms, pull the elbows to the hips. Inhale, back through center, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center, fold, Uttanasana. Take an inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, flatten your back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, send the hips back for a downward facing dog. And then just pedal out your feet for this nice, our first downward facing dog of practice. Breathe. Make sure your feet are hips width distance apart. We're going to inhale onto the toes. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale onto the toes. Exhale, heels lower. Last one, inhale onto your toes, and then we're swivel the heels to your right. So the inside of your left foot is forward, the outside of your right foot is forward. Keep your left shoulder shifted down. Just feel that tremendous stretch down the left side of your body. Inhale your heels back through center. Exhale, swivel over the other side. Inside of the right foot, outside of the left foot, facing the top of your mat. Press the floor away with the right arm. Shift the right shoulder down. Breathe. Inhale, heels lift through center. And then exhale, drop your knees. Wrist under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's take an inhale, untuck the tailbone, pull the heart through, drop the belly. As you exhale, round through your back body, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, open up. Shoulders squeezing onto the back body. And then exhale, tuck tailbone round through the back body, chin to chest. Last one here, untuck the tailbone, drop the belly, heart pulls through, look up. As you exhale, round through your back body, maybe taking a little bit of movement here, side to side. And then maybe back in a neutral tabletop position, wrist under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Let's inhale the left toes high and look up. Lift up. As you exhale, bring your knee into your left armpit. And we're just going to step it all the way through to the outside of the left hand, hips down and forward. Hook opposite thumbs. We're going to inhale it up, hips down and forward. As you lean your hips down, exhale, cactus out the arms. Bring your elbows towards your hips. All right, left elbow to left hip. We're going to lean over to the left as the right arm sweeps up. Roll your right shoulder back. Exhale, come back through center. Rebend your right elbow. Inhale, interlace the 10 fingers. Release index fingers, cross thumbs. Open up your heart, little back bend. Again, hips down and forward. Lift your chin. As you exhale, we'll frame out this left foot. Tuck onto your right toes. We're going to lift the right knee up. Breathe. And then send the left leg straight as you come into this wide pyramid pose. Lift your toes up if that's there for you. Bring your left hip up and back, right hip down and forward. Breathe. Drop your left toes and then just step up. Right foot next to the left at the top of your mat. Breathe. Sway it out here if that feels good. Let your head hang heavy. Take an inhale for a nice halfway lift. Flatten your back, tighten your tummy. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms sweep up. And then exhale, let's cactus out the arms. Glutes are strong, pulling the elbows down to the hips. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Breathe. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, flatten your back, tighten up your tummy. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it back. Nice high plank. Let's just rock it back and forth, coming up high to those big toes. Breathe, notice how you're feeling here. And take an inhale up here at the top. Exhale, lower half. And then come all the way onto your belly. Untuck your toes. Let's tempt out the fingers, having our little baby spider with fingers here. Take an inhale, lifts you up. Heart pulls through. Exhale, right shoulder to the floor. Look over your left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, left shoulder down, look over the right. Inhale, back through center. Heart pulls through. Exhale, come on down. Plant your hands. Tuck onto your toes. Send the hips back to the heels for a nice child's pose. Breathe. We walk our hands all the way back to the body. Come into a nice camel pose. Hands to the hips. Hips forward, hands to the low back. Chin lifts, heart pulls through. Go ahead and release. We're gonna kind of bring our hips to our heels. If you can, coming to lift the knees up from the mat and meet me in a nice forward fold. You want to hang out here in a ball pose if that feels good on the knees. And then plant the hands if you need to. Lift the hips up. Forward fold at the back of your neck. Bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg. Plant your right hand. Hand can always be onto a block. And then lift your left arm up. Make a nice fist with the left hand. Let's roll it out in one direction, roll in the other. And then plant your left hand down, swap it out. Left knee bends, right leg straightens, right arm lifts up. Do this in the right outer thigh, right hand. Make a fist with your right hand, roll it out. And then release the right hand down to the floor. Take a slow roll up through your back body, one vertebrae at a time. Breathe. We're gonna take a big inhale, sweep those arms up. Your right hand's gonna hold on to the back of your left wrist. Stretch up and then bend over to your right, holding onto the back of the left wrist. Inhale back through center, swap it out, left hand onto the back of the right wrist. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, bend over to your left. Inhale back through center, arms come all the way down as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Take a nice inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, flatten your back, tighten up your tummy. And then exhale, fold, plant your hands, walk it out to this nice high plank. Breathe. Notice how you're feeling here. Let's swivel the heels to the right. Left arm lifts up for a nice side plank. Just breathe. Other way, left hand down. Swivel the heels the other way. Right arm lifts up. Right arm down. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, halfway lower. Let's inhale, shift onto the tops of the feet. Heart pulls through. Exhale, meet me in a downward facing. Curl over the toes. Pedal out the feet. Notice how you feel. Take a big inhale, right toes high. Bend the knee, point the right knee up to the sky. Shift your right shoulder down. Just breathe. Maybe you roll out your ankle. Maybe you look underneath your left armpit. See that rolling around. And then just drop the right leg down, right foot next to left. Inhale up, toe sweep high. Bend the knee, point it up to the sky. Look underneath your right armpit, roll out the ankle. Knees pointing up. And then set your left foot next to your right. Take an inhale onto the toes. Exhale, go ahead and drop the knees. Breathe. Cross over the ankles. Meet me in a nice seat. Let's stretch those legs out for a nice straddle stretch. If you can you keep the feet flexed? Feet flexed. And then come forward. Hang out. Notice how you feel here. Option here, you can always have a block, maybe if you'd like to rest the forehead onto something. And just listen to your body. Breathe. Find some stillness. Close down the eyes, relax your shoulders. I'm gonna be here too long. Take a couple more cycles of breath here. Inhale. Long exhale, move it through. One more big inhale. Long exhale. Walk the hands back towards the body. We're gonna stretch the right leg out, left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. And you bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot, right hand to the inside. Take an inhale, stretch out. Exhale, bend into your elbows, lean over that right leg. Just breathe. See if you can pull your elbows away from the body as you lean in closer to that right leg. Take an inhale. Long exhale, move it through. Close down your eyes, just breathe. Notice where the mind begins to wander when there's no movement in the body. And ask yourself, is there any more of you that could be here now? Take your time, just come out of that. Take your time. Can you bring your left hand behind your left hip, fingertips towards the back of your mat? You're gonna push through this right heel. I want you to bring your hips up to the ceiling. Maybe you can see the wall behind you as you stretch your hips and heart up. Take some big circles with your right arm. Circle in one direction, and then swap it out, other way. And then drop the hips down. Take your time. Left leg out, right sole of the foot into the left inner thigh. Gonna come onto those sit bones here. And right hand to the outside of the left foot, left hand to the inside of the right foot. Bend your elbows out and let your head just calm down. Kick the heel away. Maybe closing down those eyes again. Breathe. Can you keep flexing your foot back to your face? Then change. Come on up. Right hand to the back of the right hip, fingertips facing the back of the neck. We're gonna lift the hips up all the way and heart lifts. Open up. Maybe take some big circles with the left arm. And then go the other way, other direction. And then left hips come down. Take your time, stretch both legs out. Take a big inhale, stretch up. As you exhale, just fold, let it go. Leaning over those legs, pulling the belly button to the thighs. And then come on back up. Take your time, bring the bottoms of your feet together. Bring your hands, palms facing the ceiling. You're gonna thread the hands underneath your ankles. And you hold on to the top of the feet and then let your elbows and forearms melt to the floor as you press your knees down into the forearms. So let your head hang. Notice how you feel. Breathe. Go ahead and release your jaw. Let's do some circles out with the jaw here. A few in one direction, then a few in the other direction. Let your head hang. As you're ready, take your time. You'll come out of this and lie down. Let's scoot to the top of the mat if you're back a little further like me. Keep the legs like this and we'll come into a nice Supta Baddha Konasana, recline down angles pose. Use your core to lower it if you can. Left hand to belly, right hand to heart. Close down your eyes. See if you can press the knees out wide into the mat. Breathe. And then bring both arms out to the side. If you can, work the heels closer to your hips. You're gonna press into the outside edge of your feet. And then you're just gonna tuck, curl, lift, drive the hips up to the ceiling. Work the shoulder blades under the body. Hips lift up. And then as you exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lift those hips up, press into the outside edges of your feet. Your knees are wide. And exhale, lower down. Tailbone hits, last one here. Press your knees down, then lift the hips up. Press into the outside edges of the feet. Glutes are strong. Squeeze those booties together. Hips up. And exhale, lower down. Take your time. One vertebrae at a time. Keep your left knee right where it is. We're going to swing the right knee onto the left. Arms out to a T or cactus. And then look over your right shoulder. Breathe. Keep your right shoulder grounded. Inhale both of your knees through center. Let your knees drop over to the right. Left ear to the left shoulder. Just breathe. Maybe the eyes are even closed here. And we'll bring the knees back through center. If you can, using the strength of the core, pull your knees into your chest. Reach up. Let's just give yourself a nice hug. Shoulders down. Try to get that tailbone down. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, lift your toes, lift your knees, your nose, everything together here. Squeeze it all tight, tight little ball. And then exhale for your final Shavasana. Land in a shape that is comfortable for you, comfortable for your back. And just breathe. Release everything. Notice how you feel. Finding this pause here between the practice on your mat and the practice off of your mat. This pause in Sanskrit is called madhya. Madhya is the space between, the gap. We all need to spend a little bit more time in madhya. So let's find some stillness. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll out your wrist, roll out your ankles. Bring the hands together, bring the bottoms of your feet together. Just start to rub them together, building up some heat. In yoga, the Sanskrit term for that is called tapa. Waking up the over 50,000 nerve endings. And then as you're ready, roll to one side or the other. Just push up. Land where you land. Hopefully you're comfortable. Meet me in a seat. Let your hands rest in your lap or on your knees. Let chin dip in towards chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your facial muscles. And check in with body. How's your head space? How's your heart space? How are you feeling? Exhale your lungs completely wherever you're at in your breath cycle. Take a nice big inhale in through the nose, filling up the lungs. Open your mouth, move it through. On your next inhale, maybe you call to mind the intention you set for your practice or the goal for your day. Open your mouth and move it through. Let this moment again set the tone for the practice that is on your mat and transitioning out into the practice that is off of your mat. Just then a good thing for your hearts, your bodies, your minds. Bring your hands to heart center. Hands is extension of your hearts. I want to thank you all so much for moving, sitting, and breathing with me. I appreciate you all so much more than you'll ever know. Have an amazing rest of your day. Take care. Namaste.